You should be sitting up straight, but without stiffness, and should feel comfortable. Don't ever let yourself become tense. Now let's type some more on the home row key. Ready? Using proper rhythm, wiggle your fingers and jam the keys. A quick snap of the finger, and with practice, that's all there is to it. All there is to it. Are you relaxed? You should be, you know.
Onto your seats, kiddies. It's time for the game where everyone competes for a shot at street stardom, Bingo! And yours truly, DJ Professor K, will bring you the lowdown on this event. Two teams of Rudies are about to race through the streets of Tokyo To to complete their bingo board objectives. For every soul and character they unlock, they'll receive a point. If a team manages to cover an area in graffiti, they'll get a whopping 3 points. But they better watch their backs, because it's first come, first serve around these parts. Only one team can claim each square, and we don't hand out no consolation prizes for second place losers. Ha 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 ha! If a team can work together and mark 5 squares in a row, column, or a diagonal, they'll secure a bingo and be rewarded with a 2-point bonus. Ooh! Oh, and one final thing. Don't forget, this game is all about working together with your teammate. So any tape pickups, stolen locks, and graffiti completions will be synced between team members. Don't try to solo it alone, you jackass. All right, let's hit this joint. It's time for another round of Jet Set Radio Bingo!
And we are back with the second match of the Bingo Double Bill. In this match, we have a team that consists of 2 titans of their respective any percent categories. We have Yomsa and Vane from Team BunDig. And going up against them today, we have a team that is ready to reroute the entire competition and convince us their name isn't a typo. It's Nastranus and Losa from Team Rollberblades. And in the commentators box today, we have the duo that thought vampires avoided poker because they were scared of the stakes. It's the Pocket Aces. We have Bats and Ace.
I was wondering if you were going to be making a poker or some other related pun, because we are here, the Pocket Aces, here for BunDig and Rollerblades today.
Oh, Pocket Ace is back again.
Let's go. This is going to be an exciting match as well. I think both these teams featuring in the playoffs here coming up in a couple weeks, and we've got just a very exciting, capable match here. Yamsa and Vane undefeated so far through the season against
BunDig
May
have
and
16 points already as well. They're really good.
They scoring well. I'm only lightly sweating as to why they have 16 points already, and I'm sure there's no tech issues whatsoever.
It'll be fine.
Yeah, you say that. Can you check, Twinkachu? Can you check the score on or the color set?
Yeah, let's reboot that board.
Just to be sure.
Bingo was not designed to have two different teams in the same room.
So, yeah, we'll have to see. Losa and Nastrinus, obviously very capable players. Yamsa,
I mean, they're like ancient players of like with all their wisdom, and they've been really kind of rolling up. It feels like they've had kind of a slow start this tournament, but they've only been getting better.
yeah, that's exactly right. I think we had faced them recently, and they've got just a good combination of Nay knowing the exact fastest way to get from one spot to another, thanks to their work on the Bingopedia, and just enough movement and strategy to get themselves over the finish line, and it's working out for them so far. So,
I'm just
like
trying to
we're-
figure out the score at the moment. There we go. We got
okay,
it.
we're good. We're good.
Right.
We did it.
Sorry
team.
about that, folks.
Okay, cool. And hopefully that's all cut out of the final cut, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. After that intermission, we are ready for game number 1 here as everybody reveals a board. Bats, what do we see on here?
Plenty of squares. I mean, I'm seeing immediately a nice Highway Zero special center square, which is going to be an absolute pain in the neck for whoever wants that. Other than that, it seems like a relatively even spread.
Yeah,
You
we've
know,
got
as
Kibo
far
and
as I
Sky
can
Dino as our graffitis on this board. A little bit more into the Kogane area. 10 squares clean in Shibuya area, so we might see people headed that way. Can't guarantee that that's what they're going to do, but we'll be seeing nonetheless. And again, I think a little bit delayed action into Benton is what I would guess. The row 4 and 5 are both available without going to Benton, so that's something to be aware of.
Yeah, I think these teams will be unpredictable enough that I genuinely won't be able to make a call on where they're going to go until this match starts, which will happen very shortly. Let's count them in.
All right. Bingo started, everybody. Get excited. Rollerblades versus BunDig right here. Let's rock. On stream delay.
Yeah, the classic. Looks like Nastrinus with the superior internet right now. Blasting into Kogane. Alone. Losa going into Ben 10. Alone. And a double Shibuya. They're all three.
Interesting. We're
I said I
cooking
wouldn't
right
be able
here.
to tell you.
There are 4 different entrances or places to exit from.
Oh!
Oh, Yamsa misses top of bus. Uncontested, though, not a huge shield. There are 4 exits in the garage, and each player took a different one. This is a wild and fast opening.
Yeah, it looks like it's Brighter Street and then Retreat. Hey, that rhymed. I'm a genius. Right.
That's brilliant. You're a poet and didn't know it.
Hell yeah.
As we get Losa marking in the first square for the Rollerblades. Rollberblades with Air 4, or will be marking it eventually?
I think it's marked on the bingo board. They do have it. We're going to have to figure out that tech thing, but I'm sure we can do that in the match.
Pikachu, change your color from blue to purple.
Right. And Dark Wall Ride as well has gone to... There we go, we got it. Has gone to Rollberblades. Yomsa with the Shibuya Grind 10. Now, I'm wondering what we're going to be worrying about first in terms of bingos. If any at all, because it feels like there's such an even spread of players. Nastrinus with a failed climb, but one more attempt ready to go.
Yep. I think Yamsa's going to be headed off towards Kogane area. It does seem like she's headed that way. Interesting climb from Nay. I don't think that's going to make it. Doesn't quite. Oh, second attempt onto the pipe. Not quite going to get there. Is now going to have to scrounge up enough cans to go for a third attempt.
In an absolute wacky scenario, you could spray that graffiti stop. But
I've done it.
Oh my god. That feels unprecedented for bingo. Meanwhile, Yomsa going into the Tokyo Underground Sewage Facility. Losa going back into 99 with Vane in Skyscraper District. This is slightly worrying.
Landmine! Nay's setup is a little different than everyone else's, and it's not paying off right now, it seems. It is time to spray the graffiti stop with that third can and go for more. Or just cut losses. Yamsa now into bottom point. Well, what's all there? Easy default along with Tricks 50 and Catwalk near cube.
Please spray the stop. Nay, please.
Oh no. Sewers claims another.
Yeah, hate sewers. I'll say it. I'll
There
say
you
it,
go.
even if Heckler's being a coward about it.
Bold statements here, cancelable, honestly, from Ace Bats here.
Those
No,
I mean, people are all in different areas still.
this is starting to come together on the row 5 now. Kibo and FRZ. Obviously, Kibo is a graffiti, but that is a looming threat. Meanwhile, FRZ is relatively easy to get to. I want to see if Nay bails out from here. If they don't get the sewer climb right here, right now. And now Vane has started up the Sky Dino graffiti relatively early here.
Yeah, I'm wondering. Oh my god.
Cans have
This is
respawned? Hog?
It's like the what, 5-minute rule?
2 minute, yeah.
Okay, catwalk near cube. I mean, at least Nay knows that they're uncontested, but I don't know. We've really got to see some movement. The amount of board control that BunDig have kind of. Oh, here we go. Please, no. Yes, no.
Oh!
What the hell?
Game patched.
Okay,
Patched.
Nay's done with it.
Yep.
And going into FRZ.
Good call. Unfortunately, Rollberblades' plans are falling apart kind of quickly here. FRZ does have some good squares here. Tricks 100 in middle. The Tube Soul are available, which do complement the row 3 strategy that is at least somewhat developing here, along with blocking row 5. But I don't think bingos are on the docket here for BunDig, mainly because Vane is over in Sky Dino, so far away from being able to complete any of them, just looking to score a bunch of points.
Yeah, and we're looking at a nice little unlock from Highway Zero Special. We're going to see an FRZ Tricks hopefully sooner rather than later, though Yomsa will probably be joining Nastranus. There's FRZ 111.
Yamsa sees that, opts to bail out to Sewer Tape, it looks like. Hopefully going to see a slightly
Maybe we'll see a
successful-
repeat.
Yeah, more successful climb this time, maybe. We will see.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Sewers Air 4s and the Grind 10, you know, both are solid, but obviously it kind of relies on that climb. Meanwhile, Kibo Graffiti, Dogen Graffiti, and Sky Dino Graffiti are all kind of chilling, and Sky Dino Graffiti is just finished. Los are leaving, so a bit of an advantage to wherever they want to go next, but they need to start grabbing some points.
Yeah, down 9-4. They are in a little bit of a tricky spot. Nay with the big jump. Not nice enough. That was very, like, the jump made, then jump miss, then falling down to Tricks 100. Is that the fastest way to do that, actually?
Maybe,
That
I
would
don't know.
be crazy. I think it actually is faster, and it's actually a Maniac strat. I think that's actually really cool.
Right,
Well
here
done,
we
man.
go. I'm going to see... We've got Yomsa doing the climb. Looks like maybe a first try. Yes,
Yep.
okay. That practice has paid off. Well, not even practice, probably just muscle memory for at this point. Threatening that Dogen 100% graffiti. Oh my
Honestly,
goodness.
though, nobody's near it. Let's see where Nay opts to go. Nay opting into Kibo. Yamsa
this-
is exiting sewers, so
This
not-
could be a very cheeky play. I'm hoping for the best, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh wait, no, Yomsa going into Kibo, Vane getting more Sky Dino souls. So I think Losa knows that there is some time. So grabbing the tape first, I think we're going to be seeing both graffiti and points. I think that Kibo square is going to be very valuable for. Ooh,
Nay having a time of it, trying to stall launch further to get, I believe.
that's a
Not-
good stall
it's-
launch from Yomsa.
Oh, it's very good, and now puts her in a great position to get the tape in block row
Yeah.
3. Ooh, tough spot to be in now. That Nay's advantage has entirely evaporated here, and is now behind to some of the most critical squares. Losa does have the tape and is spraying the market area of Dogen, which I think is very solid here. Is going
only
to score a lot of
thing-
points.
I'm trying to think what scenarios. I mean, there's such a big gap at the moment. that's even if Yomsa gets the soul first and they focuses nothing but, it's not enough time, I don't think. Yomsa, I do think, has a bit more stream delay as well, so this gap may be a lot further than it initially appears. Yom's already picking up the tape with Ney on the wires.
Ugh, it's looking bleak unless we pull out some magnificent tech here. Ney now is going to bail out of tape and is going to exit Kibo. They are not going to exit Kibo. They're going to be warped back to the hustle there. And just having a time of it, honestly. It's been a tough one. We'll see. I don't think this is a particularly recoverable position, though, down 14-5 currently, as soon as Yamsa marks a square.
Yeah, there's grind 20, so no real, nothing at all, I think, in terms of bingo threats outside of that row 1, though I think in the grand scheme of things, that's the least of the Rollberblades' concern. But I think that this was a very tragic board with a very tragic outcome early on, and I'm really excited to see how game 2 goes.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a tough one here. There's not a whole lot of better ways to put that one. It's been a lot of execution issues that have kind of plagued Rollberblades through this game, but execution issues can evaporate in a game. Could just be a transitory thing, and hopefully we do see them come back strong. Stick the strong mental for going into game 3.
And it would appear that
2.
the win condition is just being gone for, with a pretty safe bet of just doing Kibo's spray above all else. Meanwhile, we'll have Ney and Losa getting the remaining squares across the map.
Yep, that's the situation we find ourselves in. Losa doing a clean job of this Dogan graffiti route. He's gonna have to go pick up a couple cans, but he knows that ahead of time.
Yeah.
Is acutely aware of the management of this section.
Definitely not Losa's first rodeo in Doganzaka Hill.
Nope. Notable NPG player Losa.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it. Oh. So yeah, going forward, just I think the strategy was pretty solid. Obviously tough when you have to reroute multiple times into whatever you wanted to really do, but obviously Rollerblades do have the capability of bringing this one back in a game number 2.
The strategy was phenomenal. The tragedy all just came down to the execution. Sewers, a bit in Kibo, it's just all around not an ideal first game.
Yeah,
but
no, definitely.
It's all game to game.
Yeah.
Yomsa now having a bit of a fall in Kibo, so maybe Kibo's just cursed. I had a bad time, Yomsa's had a bad time, Ney's had a bad time.
Everybody has a bad time in Kibo.
I like Kibo, you know me, but he's been
today.
A bit of a pain in the neck today.
It's not been a kind level to the players today.
Yeah. Which is unfortunate, but on the bright side, even falling down here just means you got an opportunity to get some sprays.
Did Losa pick up points 50k by any chance?
Good question. I'm wondering if they're trying to do some big brain snipe play and try and claw this back. I don't think Losa got. I don't see why Losa wouldn't have gotten 50k.
That's what I don't think it was unlocked, which would be strange because the pickup is literally right there. Losa went for the tape first, and then there's a large where 50k gets picked up. So I'm not really sure.
If it's not marked on the board, it's not grand. No. What do we do?
Don't worry about it because I
don't think it's going to be consequential this game, at least.
Don't think so. Unlike something like last set.
Oh, do not get me started.
Pack it up.
Doesn't look like it was picked up, Hector. Wow.
Guess not. That is a
wowzers.
That's pretty wild. BunDig 8 tags away from the end of this route. It's like Yamsa has the tower to do, and Vayne has the tunnel to do, and that will be basically it
Blender explode, blender explode, blender explode.
I don't know if that could even help at this point. Where's Vane headed? Maybe the tunnel isn't the last two that have to be done?
Maybe it's the top of Kibo? I'm not sure if
Maybe,
oh, wait,
maybe it's the two
maybe
under
four
here.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a two underneath. 51, 52 will lock in Kibo Graffiti, win this game for BunDig. And yeah, we'll see. We'll probably see him just wrap this on up here in just a minute.
I mean, we've got two, we've got someone in Chuo, Shrew and Dogan are remaining. RDH Tricks looks like Nay's going to go for a cheeky little point. So I think this will be I think when all the points are on the board, I think we're going to see that it was not that bad. It's just unfortunate that we had that early game and that board control.
That might be a little bit of maybe watching a little bit of how the score actually went. Obviously, a lot of this is in what we call extra time or whatever.
Yeah, I just think it's if that board control early on wasn't where it was, it could have been anyone's game. I think it's important to note that while the final score at the end of the match looks dire, it always comes down to just those few points around the game that you could get anywhere. You get it in the early area, you can get it towards the end, you can get it in the middle.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll have to see any strategy adjustments and what kind of board we're presented for game number 2 here. It's going to be a heck of one, hopefully.
So we're getting a call to move on. We're going to see what the players do, because we can see we've got the Chio one close by. Dogan would be close by. The assumption is if no one says anything else, we're going to just play this one out and get the final squares.
Yeah, it looks like Nay's cleaned out everything in this area.
This is one of those times where it may very much just be,
get the square you're working on and call it good.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Or just get the air. Get the time to just have a bit of a relaxing, play a bit of Jet Set Radio Future.
Yeah, kind of mental reset into the next game. And I can definitely see
looks like
if you had a little bit of issues last game, that you could definitely just go ahead and take the time, press some buttons, don't move into the next one immediately. I think that's totally fine. So. Alrighty.
Okay. Yeah, we'll just see.
Yep, looks like they're going to be picking up the last two. It's just a quick Shibuya special plus
a quick Shibuya special. I've spent too much time editing. I've spent too much time editing pinball.
Oh no, don't do this to us. Losa very capable of doing Shibuya special though. Through plenty of NPG and other category experience, is very solid at it. First tries that, grabs the Dogan 50k, and boom, our pastel board is complete. Well done.
It's beautiful, actually.
Honestly,
that kind of goes hard.
The only thing I wish I could do is change the CSS on the fly to have black text on the completed areas.
Yeah. Has BunDig drawn a buddy in squares yet? I feel like they need to do that at some point.
Honestly, I think they have to. I think that's the only thing they haven't done, really. Okay, Game 2 board's actually available for us.
Ooh, yes, it is.
Let's take a look at the board. We have 14 in Kogane with double graffiti out there, so going to be an important to get somebody out there pretty quickly. But there's a column 5 that involves nothing about Kogane, and column 4 is pretty good without it. So
Yeah. My gut is telling me that if I was being stupid, I would want to go double Kogane. But the choice to not do double Kogane and going into, you know, Shibuya and Hikage, very much a good side option.
the reason I don't think double Kogane works is because there's actually only like 8
A handful of good
squares.
ones.
There are only 8 squares that aren't graffiti things there. That's not all that many. If you count the non-graffitis, 8 in Shibuya, 8 in Kogane, 7 in Benton, means a relatively balanced board. What I think needs to be done is a prioritization of, I would almost wager that you could go Shibuya Benton off the start, pick the quick souls, and then double up in Kogane later, because you want your players to end where the graffitis are. So if you both go Shibuya, Benton, double meet in Kogane, try and clean up the graffitis there, that could be a winning strategy.
Yeah, well, we're going to see what the players are going to do. They are all off. Nation is going into Shibuya to begin with Losa.
Fascinating. So they're trying
going
for a
against
big sweep
Yamsa.
here. Honestly, if you can take $1 billion from Shibuya and go double into Kogane, that also works.
Cubby's going to be the critical
fan.
one. Yamsa goes immediately for it.
Oh,
Losa
Yamsa.
misses boostless. Which, yeah,
Just too good.
she's too good, but now she's going to go for that tape. When it comes to the tape, Losa and Nationals have a huge advantage, so maybe they can make some lemonade out of these lemons.
Yeah, important note for all you bingo specific players, the challenges only start unlocking when you pick up the tape. So it is very important that when you're doing a grind combo, for example, you need to start grinding afterwards. And where are the points for Rollberblades? Yamsa is taking all of them by herself in a 2v1. Grind has been left on the ground. Hikage Cubby goes to Losa, 99th air goes to Vayne, and it looks like the Rollberblades have gotten too greedy in their Shibuya opening, and now they pick Yamsa picks up grind 10 as well. What? Oh my goodness.
I'm baffled by that grind 10. I feel like that should have been the one. What I will say is that if any team knows how the tape works and how that all, you know, fits together, it's Rollberblades. So I'm kind of very concerned about this. The Kage Tricks 55 is a very long one in my mind, quite deep in. Nationalist needs to go put out some fires elsewhere and go head to head with Yamsa, but we are seeing a weird loading there, and Yamsa already in Rikokudai Heights going into sewers.
Yeah, and she's got the advantage over Nay. Nay's headed into RDH as well. Only graffiti here, so it is a pass-through towards the sewer area, and we'll see if Yamsa's able to mark a square before Nay has to make a decision. Losa goes ahead and picks up Tricks 55 from that left side, is going to be able to speed over to Hikage right side to get special if desired. And a lot of threats are really being formed right now for BunDig. Row 1, very dangerous with this current setup. Looks like Yamsa opting to grab FRZ, and Sewer's Grind 10 is the block on the diagonal here. Nay, however, in bottom point reading a different play with Catwalk PJ Room 3 blocking column 3 and row 2.
Yeah. It's a very tricky one because, you know, we're going to see Yamsa mark a square with a very quick escape. If Nay commits to this area, it's really bad. Yamsa's just marked it, so Nay's going to leave, but I think Yamsa really has that advantage to this leaving. Actually, it might be neck and neck. It takes a while to fall down.
Falling is kind of slow, but Nay again fastest or least stream delay here. It is going to be Nay's going for the default. Nay's going for the default. They do not see this diagonal, and honestly, Yamsa is very good at this climb. She's an advocate for going quick sewers pretty much all the time. Grind 10 is not particularly slow.
So, with this, I mean, the diagonal, all the bingos are gone for Rollberblades, which is the worrying thing. Unless Yomsa has an absolutely wacky Sewers Grind 10, which, would kind of be unprecedented, given, its location on the board, that is going to be a bingo.
Yeah, there's the 10 tricks required to unlock it right in the room that it is there. Lock in bingo on that top bar here. 11-6 now for BunDig. Just moving their way right forwards to a strong game 2.
And with 11-6, 16 to win, I mean, Rollberblades need to really grab 10 points from somewhere. Not looking ideal. I mean, Yomsa gets the additional climb. Losa in FRZ, it would seem. Looks like we might be seeing a double up. So, what are we looking at? Four squares, both graffitis. This is... I always say it's not impossible, but it's not looking great.
No, it definitely isn't. Again, BunDig has been consistently stronger out of the gates so far. This row 1 starting to come together as well. Vane working on trick 60, and then it's just into REH graffiti, which just straight up might be used as a bait. I think Yomsa is the best endgame player that we have, and she's consistently not sniped to endgame things because she picks the safest squares to go for in so many cases and has a great read on what to get. I don't even think BunDig will go for either of these graffitis, and they will just simply pick up the 4 squares required to win. There's 3 in dark side, and Yamsa's got 2 in bottom point here. This they don't have to go for graffiti to win this from here.
Yeah, and so I'm looking at the board, just my mouth dropping. It's every time one of those squares swaps color. Oh, the one thing that can defeat Yomsa though is Sexy Fish.
It's true. Greatest weakness in the route. Yep.
Oh, okay. I mean, no amount of Sexy Fish is gonna ruin this lead. There's no way, no how. We've got, let's see. If we're looking at squares remaining, SDPP special seems like it's reasonable enough, close enough. We've got Highway 0, so that's 2 of the remaining squares. And we've got the good old-fashioned Catwalk Nick Cube and points 50k as well. I'm not sure if that was unlocked yet. Feels like that'd be easy enough to grab. But we're at the stage where they're just grabbing souls. That is another square marked. And 1 more, and that is it. Yep.
No more in bottom point. 1 in SDPP special here, so that would be the finale as Vane is in that area. Of course, Grind 15 exists, and Highway 0, which is incredibly quick, and nobody can get to that in time with our information. Obviously, players don't exactly know that because Nay nor Losa have marked in about 4 minutes. So they could be anywhere. So again, BunDig just taking the safe opportunities and being a little bit of to try and make sure they clean up this game. Cleaning up a game in a clean and efficient manner is more important than I think is given credit.
I think we're going to see the race between SCPP Special and Under Tower. It feels like a kind of weird... What am I looking at here?
Vane taking the left side path over to Special, not the right side path, is what we're looking at.
I always take the middle side path, so I'm even more, amazed. But that is a free soul Under Tower.
And that's game.
Yeah, that
Lock
is
it
a
in.
GG.
BunDig with a strong soul-based performance here. 17 souls picked up in 8.5 minutes. That is speedy quick, 1 every 30 seconds.
Ooh, right. Are we gonna... Okay, look. Who are we gonna get for a post-game interview?
Okay.
I hear someone. Hello.
Hi, Vane.
Hello.
It looks like it's just you. So tell us how much you enjoyed that.
That was pretty nice. I don't know. I don't have too much to say. We didn't really get sniped too much or anything. We just kind of played.
Vibe. Sometimes that's how the games play out. You just get to vibe for a bit, which nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Pink sweet.
Yeah, that was the case. I thought the strategy was solid. Y'all play. Your execution was pretty spot on. I mean, there's Yamsa went in and kind of went crazy in Shibuya in game 2. It was a 2v1, and Yamsa walked out with like 3 squares to
My
1.
God.
There was a little bit of greed done by Losane there, but in the end, yeah, that set the tone for game number 2, following game number 1, pretty much sequentially. So, yeah, there's not a lot to mention when it's a game
Yeah.
quite like that didn't have
Yeah, that first game felt like it could have, there was a game plan from both teams, and one team unfortunately had some difficulty executing that plan, which happens. I think I could, who am I to talk? I can just go into Kibo and bish bash bosh go all over the place, and I messed up everything, and it happens to the best of us in our best areas. So but obviously the consequence was BunDig got basically free reign for a lot of areas in that first game. But hey, that's how it goes.
Yeah, we were just playing kind of without info, because I guess we were just kind of sniping them a fair bit.
Yeah.
There was multiple times where we were like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Just gonna do this, I guess.
Yeah, so real quick with the standings going forward now, BunDig goes to 5-0. I believe that guarantees them the number 1 seed going into playoffs. So congratulations on that. And Rollberblades go into I don't know what our tiebreakers are, whether it's head-to-head or games first, I forget. But Rollberblades and Unwantables both tied at 3-2 right now. Rollberblades playing Nakusa next week, and Unwantables playing BunDig. So
yeah, we gotta make someone lose some rounds for some
play some spoiler
to twist fate.
That would be wild. So yeah, that's how this shapes up, and we're moving into our last week of bingo for the regular season. Then we get top 4 playoffs coming at you right after that.
Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3 matches of bingo left, I think. I'm not even sure anymore. Feels somewhere around there. 3 matches.
Yep.
Yeah. 1 in round 6, 2 in round 7, don't worry about it. Then we've got the playoffs and the finals, and obviously all of the pinball still to come.
More pinball. Let's go see.
Speaking of pinball, yeah. Woohoo!